Okay, coming to Seaborn library is the library that is used for statistical data visualization. Okay, so we'll be seeing the tutorial of this as well and some example galleries. Okay, so let's head to the documentation part of Matplotlib now. Let's see to the first introduction installation part. Okay, how to install the Matplotlib library. Okay, first installing then official release. Okay, what is an installation release and a developer release? There are two types of releases. Okay, like Python also is released in a one is a stable version, another one is a developer version. What is the difference between stable version and developer version? Any idea about, just an idea, what did you understand with these two terms? I don't want the proper definition in, okay, just any idea what do you understand by these two terms? Just try it, anything that your mind says. What is difference between stable and developer version? Try it. I'm not going to judge you whether you are correct or not. I'm just going to make this class little bit more interactive so that you can answer it at least. Okay, so that we can learn all together. Just try what is the guessing. Just try to guess what is the difference between stable version and a developer version. Okay, one hint. It's similar to that of a beta version and the normal version of apps that we get on Play Store.
सर स्टेबल मतलब सर जो डेवलपर होते हैं उसमें बग्स हो सकते हैं
Stable means bug free. Simple. Stable means bug free. Developer version is used to test and check for the newer, what is the effect of newer functionality. Okay, what is the effect of the newer functionality towards the core of the module, checking whether the after adding some newer functionality whether our documentation site gets built up properly. Okay, like let me tell you before that, this documentation site, all this that has been put up here, it has been written in Python. Okay, this documentation site is not written in any of the web framework, it is written entirely in Python. Let me show you how. If you want a tutorial, just look at the screen right now. What github.com/matplotlib. Okay, just I'm telling you, this all websites, that each of these Pythonic websites, in fact the NumPy official documentation, the TensorFlow official documentation, they have all been built and written in Python. Okay, see here, this doc folder here. Okay, Sphinx text, see contents.rst, index.rst. Just I am opening the file index.rst. See here, does it look similar? Okay, then let's see the index.rst. Sorry, not index, contents.rst. See here, release date, download PDF, then there is some free functions here, then again some more functions here. Okay, try to copy that, visualize that here. Okay, see here, release date, download PDF, then user guide, then some function within user guide, then a third party packages, then developer guide, and then module index and search pages. All these have been pre-written in Python itself. This is called restructured text format. Okay, what is this restructured text format tells us about? This is just a restructured text. Okay, it is a utility that was written in Python basically for printing the documentations. Okay, and what is exactly the restructured text uses? It uses the Sphinx library and Jinja 2 theme. Jinja 2 theme is based on HTML, CSS. Okay, but rest other things is have been written in here itself. Okay, So let's see the resources here. Then again index.rst. Okay, a FAQ page. See, there is everything that you need here. Okay, like if you want to check the Matplotlib official FAQ, let's go. Where is the FAQ here? The Matplotlib FAQ. What are the FAQs here? Installation, how to, troubleshooting, and environment variables. Okay, for each FAQ there is a RST file present here. Okay, see the RST file, the format that it is. It is not a new language. RST stands for restructured text. Like we use Markdown in GitHub. See the RST here. The normal language that has been written here. It goes exactly the same way as in the website. How it is going? Let me tell you how it is going. That we are again going back to this doc folder, then to this conf.py. What is this conf.py? It is a configuration file which builds the documentation website with help of Sphinx library, means Sphinx gallery. A theme is being chosen here. What is the theme name? The theme, see here, import Sphinx. Okay, there is a particular theme here. What is the, see, there are some extensions that has been installed here. Sphinx copy button. What is Sphinx copy button here? It copies this copy button that you are seeing here. It has been built by this Sphinx copy button. Okay, so enough. So that's what I had told you. All these are made through Python itself. They're not made from basic web development skills. They are just written in Python and they are used with help of Sphinx. We are just pushing them up to build the website pages. So now what I was telling, developer version and the build version. Okay, so what do you understand more by the developer? Let's dig deeper in the developer version stuff. Let me show you something. What does a developer do? Okay, there are certain tests. For example, whatever feature, if you are adding any feature, if you are removing any bug, if you are just editing any function, if you are just depreciating or removing any part of the function or adding a new function, it has to go through several tests. Let me tell you what are those tests with a reference example. Why are these tests needed? I will tell you right now. Just 1 second. Okay, /Microsoft this time, again Graspologic, and this time instead of this issue I am going at pull 73353. Okay, what are these? Why these tests? First, our question is why these tests are needed. Okay, so first, this is a sample library that I had completed in the Microsoft. Okay, I had done a part of their work, parallelizing maze initial embeddings. Okay, so first I am just going to show you the tests. Okay, what are the tests? See the number of tests it has kept here. Okay, although these changes are merged, but see the number of tests. There is a test for reference documentation build, a tutorial documentation build, then a test for code formatting check, then it should check for M by PY type. There is a test for checking the test coverage of tests itself. There is unit and documentation testing based on Ubuntu 3.6. The same thing on Ubuntu 3.7, Ubuntu 3.8. Okay, then similar thing for Windows for version 3.6, 3.7 and 3.8. Again same thing for Mac OS for version 3.6, 3.8. Okay, then test for publishing the page. Okay, publishing the pull request page. Okay, then header rules, the page changes, the redirect rules. Okay, these are for the website. There's a test for the license as well. Okay, there's a test for other tests are there. Okay, so all these tests are required. Why? To check whether your library of whether your this Python package is working correctly or not. I hope everyone has understood this unit. What are these unit tests and doc tests? Is there any doubt between these two? who is there now? Okay, so this was all about testing. Let's come to the installation part now. Okay, so this is the basic way to install the Python. Don't write this Python m command, just write pip install -u pip. This will install the pip, not the pip line. Oh, just consider the second command itself. Pip install -u matplotlib. It will install the matplotlib, the stable version of matplotlib that is available. It will install that. Okay, then what else you need to, if you are working on Anaconda Navigator, then you need to open your Conda window and you have to type this conda install matplotlib, and matplotlib will be installed. Then if you are installing, if you want, you can install it from its source, like the GitHub source that I had told you. Okay, or if you want, you can set up matplotlib for development purposes, for improving the library. Like in my system, matplotlib has been set up for the development purpose, since I am a co-contributor of matplotlib. Okay, if you don't want to, if you don't believe me, you can see it right here. See, if they have these, there are 1094 contributors, 91 contributors here. Okay, if you are going, there should be my name here. Just let me find using control find. Flash with is my GitHub ID. Wait, not based on commits, based on I had not done much of commits here, but I am. I am Thomas. There should be a name here. Adik Gupta is there. The list is very long. Okay, so you have to just go through all these. Oh, it shows only top 100 contributors. Okay, but if there are my pull requests that have been submitted by me. Okay, there are certain pull requests, some of them are closed. I can show you through them. But this is how I'm just showing you this so that you can also contribute here. Okay, Matplotlib is not restricted for anyone. They welcome you, everyone that is willing to take up their issues and solve it. Okay, so that is the use of Matplotlib here. Now, since we have now installed the Matplotlib, oh shit. Phone crashed. Hello, 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 hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello, hello. Am I audible here? Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Okay. Sorry, there was some network disturbance, so I got disconnected. Okay. Okay. So, what I was telling about this now, PyPlot tutorial. Okay. So first, what is PyPlot? Okay, it's a collection of function that makes the Matplotlib work like MATLAB. Okay. So each PyPlot function makes some changes to a figure. Okay, like creates a figure, creates a plotting area. Okay. So just 1 minute. Let me just turn on the lights here. The light is too low. So yes. So how to plot? Okay. Plot function is used to plot the line points here. Y label is to write some text on the y side, y axis, and show function is used to show the graph. Okay. Remember, there is one more important point as ampersand means the percentage operator, and writing matplotlib inline. This function you have to write. Why? Because if you generate a graph, otherwise it will always occur in a new tab. Okay. So this matplotlib inline, what it does, it generates the graph in the same window. Okay. See, then again, this time we are plotting two lists. Okay. See how they are being plotted. 1 comma 2, 1 point is there. Sorry, 1 comma 1 is 1 point is there. 2 comma 4 is another point. Okay. 3 comma 9 is there. 4 comma 16 is there. Okay. So plot is a very versatile function. It takes arbitrary number of arguments. So now we are formatting the style of our plot. Okay. How we are formatting? We are passing an RO. Okay. What does RO means? RO will be generating a dotted points. Okay. RO means red color, and it will be generating the dotted dots itself, nothing else apart from the dots. By default it is the solid blue line. Okay, that is B minus. The default formatting string is B minus. Okay, this formatting, if you are wondering what are the different other formatting strings, you can refer to the MATLAB documentation. Okay, this will work same as the MATLAB. Okay, then with help of axis function we are defining the axis, like 0 to 6 was our axis on X, then 0 to 20 was our axis on the Y side. Okay. So now, this time what we are doing? We are creating a NumPy array with help of arange function. Okay. What will be the starting point? It will be starting from 0. The range will be and the upper limit will be 5, and it will be updated evenly sampled at 0.2. Difference will be 0.2, and then we are plotting using the basic array commands like t, comma t, r minus minus. What does r minus minus signify? A red dotted line, r minus minus. Then t and t star. What does t and t star signifies? BS means blue squares. Rishabh, jump. Sorry for that, guys. Please, yeah. What I was telling, then there is GT is there. G and this modular sign. Okay, this stands for green triangle. Okay. Now next things, plotting with keyword strings this time. because till now what we had done only till with the numerical values. But see how we are first creating a data, not a data, we are creating a dictionary. A, C, D is the key of that dictionary, and they contain numpy arrays. Okay, then we are creating adding another entry B to the dictionary, which contains the key value at A plus some again modulations. Again, then we are modifying the dictionary of the key at D to this value, and then we are using scatter plot. Okay, scatter plot to plot the data using scatter function. A, B are the X and Y values, C equal to C and S equal to D. Okay, we are using 4 different variables here. Remember, see here 4 different colors. Okay, so by default the scatter plot takes arguments as A, B, C, S. Okay, the 4 different values for each, whatever we are going to plot the data of that type. Okay, in X, Y coordinate plane. Then data, where the data is coming from, then data dictionary. What are the keys here? A, B, C and D. And why we have used C is equal to C? So that the value of C does not get misplaced. We are using the keyword arguments here. Remember, the keyword arguments, we are using the keyword argument method here. C equal to C and S equal to D. Then plotting with categorical values. First, what we need to, before we go through this, we need to understand what is categorical values. Categorical values are just the values which define a particular category of data. Okay, so here we have categories group A, group B and group C on a particular list, and their values are 1, 10 and 100 in another list. Then we are using PLT equal to dot figure. What it does, it creates a blank figure for you. Figure size is 9, 3. Means 9 what does this 9 means? 9 figure size equal to 9 cross 3. It's a tuple here, 9 cross 3. Okay, used to plot the variables. Figure size, it takes a tuple which is X, Y format. Remember, oh, you were not in the Pygame there, Pygame session. Yesterday I told this. Okay, then bar function is used to create a bar plot. Okay, with subplot we are creating a subplot inside this whole plot. Okay, this will be 9 centimeter cross 3 centimeter. Okay, here it has been zoomed out a little bit. Okay, but if you see that in action, you can just copy this code from here. Like here there is a copy button, you can open a new collab window and you can run it simply and it will be getting executed. Okay, FU period means the super title, it will be categorical plotting. Subplot, they are under the name subplot, like 131 is this one, 132 is this one and 133 is this one. Okay, we are using bar plot, scatter plot and subplot to plot the data here. Okay, controlling now the line properties. Okay, because lines have many attributes: line width, dash style, anti-alias lines. Like if you go through, yesterday I had sent a PDF as well, a Pygame PPT. If you guys go through the last few pages, you can understand the difference between this anti-alias lines and lines. Okay, just go through them, not go through entire Pygame. If you want, I can explain that as well, but after the class, not now, just after the class. Okay, then setter method of a line to distance. Okay, plot returns a list of line 2D objects, line 1, line 2. Okay, is this we are going to plot here. Okay, in the code that is given here, it is being supposed to plot only one line. So the list that is returned here is of length 1. Okay, then setup. The below function here that it has given here, setup works with a list of objects or single object. Okay, but these are not much required, just I am going through them because I have not used them as well. I have used only simple plots. So here are the line 2D plot are the properties of it. What you will be using: line width, line style. Okay, what are the properties that will be important? I'm just telling you. Solid join style, solid cap style will be important. X data, Y data will be important. Data will be important, where the data is coming from. Figure will be important. Color will be important. That's all. Nothing else will be important for you. Okay, these are the parameters that will be important. Now working with multiple figures and axes. Okay, so examples are given here, like there are two. What we are doing, we are creating here, we are first creating the two numpy arrays t1 and t2. Okay, then what we are plotting, the t1 and passing the function, passing this ft1. Okay, this function ft1. Okay, this ft function of t1 and ft function of t2, and that's what we are plotting here. Okay, we have multiple axes. Okay, so that's all will be required here. If in matplotlib there are others, there are given of our example of complex graph which you will not require right now. Okay, so now let's go to the Seaborn library right now. Okay, Seaborn is another Python data visualization library based on matplotlib. Okay, what it does, high level interface for drawing attractive and informative statistical graphs, like the heat map that we had drawn yesterday. Who had attended the class, there was a heat map we had drawn, and those who had not attended, don't worry, we will just repeat yesterday's class tomorrow because very less people attended that. So kindly join on tomorrow's class again. Okay, so here there are various plotting functions again. Okay, visualizing through statistical relationship, how you are going to visualize this will be going to see. Okay, visualizing regression model will also we will be seeing this. Plotting with categorical data will be seeing. Visualizing distribution, it is not mandatory right now, so we'll not go through them, but we're building multiple structure plots, this will be going to see that. Okay, these 4 terms that we are going to see right now. Okay, so let's see how we are going to visualize statistical relationship. How? The relational plot. See the relational plot, we are loading the data set tips here. Relational plot, X contains total bill and Y, they are just column names here. And where are these columns name coming from? Which data? Data is tips. So that's how we are going to print the relational plot. See again relational plot, and we are adding a hue to distinguish between the data, who are smoker and who are non-smokers. See, relational plots. Next thing now, line plots. How we are creating line plots with relational plot function? Kind. We are implementing the kind attribute, and we are passing line to it. Okay, then sort. Okay, if we put sort parameter to false, the data will be print in a random order, it will not be sorted, so this will not make any sense, but a graph like this, it will make sense. Okay, then to represent aggregation and uncertainty, what are we doing this time? Again, we are using the kind equal to line. Okay, so I'm telling you where they are used. Okay, just go through the applications. Okay, then this time another different kind of graph. This time what we have done, we have put the kind is equal to line, but estimator we are not estimating anything, so we have put estimator equal to none. Okay, And what are we doing here? We are using CI is equal to ST, means standard deviation. What is CI? The confidence interval. What it gives us? The spread of distribution at each time point. Okay. Then again, plotting with subsets of data with semantic mappings. This time hue we have kept to event, and we are getting another kind of line plot through rel plot function. Okay, see, markers equal to true, dashes equal to false. There are various properties, and it gives you the more interactive and more knowledgeable graph as per your requirement. So that's why I always tell you to start and learn through the documentation itself instead of watching it. Although it seems maybe a little bit boring, but if you're learning the Pythonic libraries through their documentation, it's much more interesting. You will get to learn much more stuff. Okay. So this was all about the rel plot. Next, we'll move to the visualizing the regression models, because last day the example that I had given, it was an example of a regression data set. What is a regression? A data which can be put towards in a linear equation of any power. Okay, it can be put towards in a linear equation. The relation between the data can be put together, between the features and the labels will be put together in a linear equation. That will be called linear regression data. Any doubts still here? Anything that you could not understand? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Hello, any doubts to anyone? Okay, I guess no doubt. There is no doubt for anyone.
टिप्स है ना, बोला इतना गड़बड़ा।
थोड़ा जोर से प्लीज, आवाज आपकी कट रही है।
टिप्स और एमएसएनएस जो नहीं दिखा था ऊपर, उसके बारे में बता।
Still not able to figure out your voice. Can you type? चैट बॉक्स में टाइप कर दीजिए। डाउट समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को, आप पूछ क्या रहे हैं? मैं आपको इसके लिंक्स भेज दूंगा, टिप्स एंड एसएनएस का यूज। एसएनएस आपका सीबॉर्न एसएनएस स्टैंड्स फॉर सीबॉर्न, इंपोर्ट सीबॉर्न एज एसएनएस, डेवलपर कन्वेंशन एसएनएस आपका, ठीक है। टिप्स बता देते, टिप्स कहाँ गया है? वाइज टिप डेटा है ये टिप्स आपका डेटा है यहाँ पर, ये देखिए लोड डेटा सेट टिप्स, और ये टिप्स वेरिएबल बनाया गया जहां पर टिप्स नाम का डेटा सेट लोड हुआ है। ये कुछ और यूज नहीं है इसका, ये टिप्स एक डेटा है जो हम लोग लोड कर रहे हैं इसमें, ठीक है। टिप्स कोई फंक्शन नहीं है आपका, टिप्स डेटा है वो, ठीक है। तो लीनियर रिग्रेशन को देखिए कैसे हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, अगेन रेज प्लॉट के साथ फिर से, ठीक है। तो रेज प्लॉट के अलावा देयर इज एलएम प्लॉट एज वेल, ओके। एलएम प्लॉट के थ्रू भी हम लोग उसको कर सकते हैं, ओके। एक नया हम लोग प्लॉट सीखने को मिला यहाँ पे, रेज प्लॉट के अलावा एलएम प्लॉट, ठीक है। डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मॉडल भी इस पे भी हम लोग प्लॉट कर सकते हैं। एलएम प्लॉट में भी देखिए हम लोग डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ मॉडल प्लॉट कर रहे हैं डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट में, ठीक है। तो ये सब हम लोग को यूज पड़ रहा है इस तरह से, कैसे कैसे किस तरह के ऑप्शंस हम लोग को किस तरह का फंक्शनैलिटी देते हैं। फिर आता है रेसिड्यू प्लॉट, ठीक है। रेसिड्यू प्लॉट है एक हमारा नया, तो रेसिड्यू प्लॉट देखिए किस तरह प्लॉट कर रहा है, ठीक है। फिर LM प्लॉट में हम लोग कंडीशनिंग भी लगा सकते हैं अदर वेरिएबल्स पर, जैसे यहाँ हम लोग लगा रहे हैं मार्कर्स O या X के लिए, ठीक है। इस तरह का हम लोग कंट्रोल्स कर रहे हैं, शेप साइज भी कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं हम लोग प्लॉट्स का, ठीक है। तो ये रिग्रेशन प्लॉट हो गया। अब कैटेगोरिकल डेटा को कैसे प्लॉट करते हैं, तो उसके लिए हम लोग कैटेगोरिकल का स्कैटर प्लॉट में दो फंक्शन है, स्वार्म प्लॉट और स्ट्रिप प्लॉट। फिर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का प्लॉट करना है उन लोगों का, तो बॉक्स प्लॉट है, वायोलिन प्लॉट है, ठीक है, वायलेंट प्लॉट है, बॉक्सन प्लॉट है और अगर एस्टिमेट प्लॉट करना है तो पॉइंट प्लॉट है, बार प्लॉट है, काउंट प्लॉट है, ठीक है। सभी का देखिए एग्जांपल, जैसे यहाँ पे है कैट प्लॉट, ओके, कैट प्लॉट का एग्जांपल है। तो ये सब हम बस आपको बता रहे हैं। फिर बॉक्स प्लॉट में देखिए कैसे बॉक्स प्लॉट को यूज कर रहे हैं हम लोग, कैट प्लॉट में बॉक्स काइंड का यूज कर रहे हैं, तो ठीक है, इसको बॉक्स प्लॉट भी बोलते हैं। कैट प्लॉट फंक्शन में ही बॉक्स प्लॉट का यूज कर रहे हैं। फिर देखिए हम बॉक्स एंड प्लॉट है, ये हो गया हमारा कैट प्लॉट फंक्शन के साथ बॉक्स एंड प्लॉट। फिर ये सब वॉयलेंट प्लॉट्स में आ गए, सभी फंक्शन कैट प्लॉट में ही है, ठीक है, लेकिन हम लोग अलग अलग टाइप से प्लॉट कर रहे हैं उन लोगों को। देखिए वॉयलेंट प्लॉट के अलग अलग मेथड्स। फिर बार प्लॉट हो गया, पॉइंट प्लॉट्स हो गए, पॉइंट प्लॉट्स को वाइड फॉर्म में प्लॉट करना, वायलेंट प्लॉट, काउंट प्लॉट, ठीक है। तो अब हम लोग देखेंगे मल्टीपल प्लॉट ग्रिड्स को प्लॉट करना, ठीक है, मल्टीपल प्लॉट ग्रिड्स। जैसे यहाँ फेसेट, यहाँ पे हम लोग प्लॉट कर रहे हैं दो अलग अलग मल्टीपल प्लॉट, हिस्टोग्राम प्लॉट को प्लॉट कर रहे हैं मैप फंक्शन के थ्रू, ठीक है। फिर इसी तरह हम लोग प्लॉट कर रहे हैं मल्टीपल प्लॉट्स अलग अलग इसके लिए। हम लोग पहले क्या कर रहे हैं, फेसेट ग्रिड बना रहे हैं, ठीक है, और इसमें हमारा कॉलम क्या है जो डिफरेंशिएट कर रहा है दोनों ग्राफ्स को, कॉलम है यहाँ पे जेंडर, ठीक है, इसके यहाँ पे सेक्स भी लिखा गया है, जेंडर कॉलम है। डेटा कौन सा है, टिप्स, जो डेटा सेट ने लोड किया था। यहाँ पे ह्यू क्या है, स्मोकर कैटेगरी के लिए, ठीक है। अब मैप हम लोग फंक्शन से दो अलग टाइप के प्लॉट कर रहे हैं, जो कि टोटल बिल बता रहा है और टिप बता रहा है, ठीक है, किसने कितना टिप दिया और वर्सेस उसका टोटल बिल का एस्टिमेट बता रहा है मेल्स और फीमेल्स के बीच का, ठीक है। फिर इसी तरह से हम लोग आगे भी देखेंगे फेसेट ग्रिड के और भी यूजेस हैं, लेकिन फेसेट ग्रिड हम लोगों को उतना काम आएगा नहीं अब, ठीक है। तो कुछ एग्जांपल्स देख लेते हैं सभी के। देखिए जैसे कि हम लोग सीबॉर्न के किस टाइप के प्लॉट्स कर ले रहे हैं, ये देखिए एग्जांपल्स। अगर हर एक के बारे में जानना है तो उस पर ये जो इमेज है इसी में इसका लिंक है, इमेज के लिंक पे क्लिक करेंगे विथ कोड और उसके बारे में पूरा डिस्क्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा हम लोग को। जैसे ये हीट मैप का है, ये पेयर प्लॉट है, ये भी हीट मैप है, अलग तरह का एक रिलेशनल प्लॉट्स, ठीक है। तो मैटप्लॉटलिब में हम लोग एग्जांपल देख लेते हैं सबका, किन टाइप के प्लॉट्स है मैटप्लॉटलिब में भी। तो लाइन देखिए, लाइन, बार और मार्कर के लिए कितने तरह के प्लॉट्स हैं, CSD डेमो, इवेंट प्लॉट, फील्ड पॉलीगॉन। हर एक जैसे जैसे हमारा डेटा का कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ता जाएगा हम उसे उतनी बेटर तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पर किसी भी तरह के डेटा को। इमेजेस है, कॉन्टोर्स के थ्रू रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, इंटरपोलेशंस के थ्रू रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं डेटा को, पोलर मैश के थ्रू, पी कलर मैश के थ्रू, स्पेक्ट्रोग्राम में रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, हर एक का यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है। तो क्लियर हो गया कि हम लोग कैसे मैटप्लॉटलिब और सीबॉर्न यूज कर रहे हैं, क्लियर हो गया, डाउट है? हेलो, is it clear or are you guys still having any doubts? If it is clear then you can exit. Otherwise, if you have any doubts, you can ask me again and again. I'm telling you that डाउट है तो कभी भी पूछ लीजिए. मैं अगर पूरा लेक्चर आपको डाउट है तो मैं पूरा लेक्चर फिर से रिपीट कर दूंगा. और अगर डाउट्स नहीं है तो आप लोग एग्जिट कर सकते हैं. कल लास्ट सेशन होगा बूट कैम्प का. फिर से कल फाइनल सेशन होगा. वो ऐसा तो फाइनल सेशन आज ही होना था, लेकिन बहुत कम लोग को ईडीए समझ में आया था, तो मैं ईडीए को फिर से कल रिपीट कर दूंगा एक एक्स्ट्रा लेकर के सेशन.
थैंक यू सर.
कोई डाउट्स किसी को?
नो सर.
ओके. हाँ, किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं तो वो लोग एग्जिट कर सकते हैं.